Good morning, dear students. Welcome back. Now, today we are going to learn about the other gases or the other composition, the other things that are present in our gas. In our last lecture, we learned about nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. So, today we are going to learn about dust particles. Now, we all know that dust particles are also present in the atmosphere. Now these dust particles, they are very minute in size that they cannot be easily seen with the help of our naked eyes. Now these dust particles, where they are coming from, this is the important question. Now the dust particles in the atmosphere, they are coming from various human activities. Now various human activities help in contributing it. Now let us see that which are the human activities which are contributing in the formation of dust particles. So the first one, that is the traffic. Now the traffic, then the construction, then agricultural activities, then wind. These are the various activities which help in contributing of dust particles in the atmosphere. Now these dust particle presence in the atmosphere also varies from time to time and place to place. Now the place where the construction is going on, over there the presence of dust particles in the atmosphere will be more. Then the place where the wind is blowing very hardly, at that place also the dust particles will be present in air in more amount. So we can say that dust particles are present in air, but it varies from place to place. Now these dust particles, you might be wondering, as they are present in our air, why they can also harm our respiratory system also. But they do not. But because we are breathing through our nose, when we are breathing through our nose, in our nose the fine hair are present. Now these fine hair which are present in our nose, they do not allow these dust particles to enter our respiratory system. But when you are breathing through your mouth, at that time these dust particles can enter your respiratory system and can damage our health. So we can say we always breathe through our nose to prevent our respiratory system from such dust particles. Now, how can you say that the dust particles are present in the air? Now, for that you can conduct one small experiment, or you can just see in your house also. Just close all the doors and windows of your houses. Allow only one small streak of light to fall in. When the whole room is dark and only one small streak of light is entering, you will see some minute particles floating in the air. Now these minute particles which are floating in the air, they are nothing but the dust particles, which can be easily seen in the dark room with the help of a small streak of light. Now another thing that is present in the air, that is smoke. Now sometimes the air, it contains smoke also. Now what this smoke is comprising of? The smoke, it is nothing but it is carbon and particles and other gases which are released in air again by human activities. Now various human activities are carried out which are contributing in the presence of smoke in our atmosphere. Now let us see that which are the human activities which are contributing to presence of smoke. So the first one, that is the burning of fuels. Now whenever we are burning fuels, that is coal, petroleum, it will release some amount of carbon dioxide in the gas. Then you might have seen from the factories the tall chimneys. Now these tall chimneys, they are also releasing smoke in the air. Next is exhaust pipe from the vehicles. Now these exhaust pipe from the vehicles, they are also releasing smoke in the air. Now whenever there is large amount of smoke in the air, this large amount of smoke can be harmful to us. So it is important that we should not release the smoke directly in the air, as it will damage our cells only. Now moving on next, that how you can say that oxygen, it is dissolved in soil. We all learned that oxygen is taken by the plants, animals, everything. But we know that these plants, they are growing, the roots of the plants, they are growing inside the soil. So from where do they are taking this oxygen from? Then there are some animals also, like rabbit, earthworm, the burrowing animals. Now these burrowing animals, They are also living inside the soil. So from where these animals are getting this oxygen? So they are getting the oxygen which is dissolved in the soil. Now how you can prove that oxygen is present in the soil? Now what they have done, we have taken two glasses. Now first glass we have filled with water and we have covered a plastic sheet on it. Now when in the other glass we have taken soil. Now what we are going to do, that is we will invert the glass filled with water on the glass which is filled with soil, and we will take away the plastic sheet. Now when you will take away the plastic sheet, you will see some of the bubbles rising up in the water. Now why these bubbles are rising up in the water? Because as the water molecules are percolating inside the soil particles, that means as the water molecules are taking place between the soil particles, whatever air molecules are present between them, they are coming out. And as they will come out, they can be seen in the form of air bubbles in the second glass which is filled with water. So we can say by this that soil also contains air. Now same thing happens during the rainy season also. Now during rainy season, as the rainwater percolates in the soil, so all the air molecules will be disappeared from the soil particles, and that is why during heavy rain the plants also die off when there is a lot of heavy rain. And the burrowing animals, that is the earthworms and other animals, they also come out in order to take up oxygen. Now the another thing, that is oxygen, it is dissolved in water. Now we learned that oxygen in aquatic animals, or the oxygen is taken by aquatic animals also, which is dissolved in water. So how can you say that, or how can we prove that oxygen is present in water also? So for that we can again carry out a small simple experiment. Just take a tub or just take a bowl of water and keep it on a flame. Now when we are keeping that bowl of water on a flame, you will observe the small bubbles coming out in that water. Now when these bubbles are coming up, that means these bubbles are nothing but of air which is dissolved inside the water. Now when we are heating the water, the solubility of air decreases. The solubility of air in the water is decreasing. Now because of that only, the air which is present in the water, it is coming out in the form of tiny bubbles. So we can say that oxygen is dissolved in water also, which is taken up by the aquatic animals. Now how this oxygen in air is getting replaced? We all learned that this oxygen is taken up by the human beings, plants and all other animals during respiration, and we are giving out carbon dioxide during respiration. So that means after that, if we are continuously taking oxygen, so the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere should reduce and carbon dioxide should increase. But it is not happening so, because as we learned during photosynthesis, the plants are taking up carbon dioxide and giving out oxygen. So whenever we are giving out carbon dioxide during respiration in the atmosphere, that carbon dioxide is taken up by the plants and used up during the process of photosynthesis, and they are giving out excess amount of oxygen. Now this excess amount of oxygen which is given out by the plants is helping to replace the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere which is being used up. Same is happening with the carbon dioxide. Now the amount of carbon dioxide we learned, it is very less, that is only 0.03%. So if the plants continuously go on using this carbon dioxide, so the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will also become zero. So in order to maintain that, when we are breathing or when we are respiring, we are giving out carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so this carbon dioxide gas which is given out by us during the respiration process and during the burning of fuels is helping to replace the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere which is being used up. So we can easily say that all the oxygen and carbon dioxide is being replaced by plants and animals. So we can say that both plants and animals, they are interdependent on each other. They are helping each other to maintain the equilibrium or to maintain the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Now the last that are the uses of air. What are the uses of air? How this air is useful to us? So the first one, that is air is used for respiration. Now respiration process, during respiration we all learned that we are taking up oxygen gas, so that means we can say that air is useful for respiration. Next is air is useful for burning of fuels. That means air, oxygen is a supporter of combustion. Next is air in compressed form is used to fill the tires of vehicles. The tires of vehicles can also be filled with the help of the compressed gas. Next, air also helps in disposal of seed. Now disposal of seed, that means carrying away of seed from mother plant. And this air, it is also helping in disposal of seed. Next is air helps in movement of yacht, sailboat, parachutes and aeroplane. Next one, air also helps the birds, insects and the bats to fly. Now these birds and insects, they push away the air, they push behind the air with the help of their wings, and that is why they are able to fly easily. Next one, air also helps in water cycle. Now how this air is playing an important role in water cycle, because it helps in carrying the water molecules above into higher altitudes, which further helps in condensation process and helps to bring rain on the earth. So we can say that air also helps in, or air also plays an important role in water cycle process. Now the last one, moving air, that is termed as wind, it helps in running of windmills. Now these windmills, they are also helpful in generation of electricity. So these are some of the uses of air, and with this we are ending with our chapter, that is air. So in this chapter we learned a lot about air, its uses, its importance, its composition. I hope you all understood the chapter well and enjoyed it too.